Hi everyone, my name is Audrey. Thank you for watching this video. I'm guessing that you're here because you followed a link through my website, Activation with Audrey. I'm just going to talk a bit about life force energy activation and why I was drawn to it, and maybe what a class will entail. And a lot of the information that I'm going to speak about is on the website, but some people prefer the audio-visual way of communication or learning. I will hopefully answer as many questions as I can through this short video. So first of all, I suppose it's probably important for me to tell you a bit about myself. I haven't scripted any of this. I'm just going to do it ad hoc because I just feel like it's going to come from the heart and that might resonate more with people. So I am a psychotherapist, fully qualified accredited psychotherapist. I have been working with people for 20 years. I've worked with homeless services, addiction services. I've worked with the Rape Crisis Network. I have my own private practice in Tipperary, in Clonmel, Tipperary, and online. And I specialise in psychosexual therapy and working with sexual violence. And through the course of working with people who have been in crisis, I've always noticed that there's been a block, I suppose, in terms of if people are, if they cognitively understand the issue, or maybe the self-sabotage or the patterns, or if maybe they're a survivor and they fully know that all the blame and shame is with the perpetrator and they're not holding on to any of that cognitively, and yet somatically in their body or in their subconscious they're carrying a lot of trauma in their body. And a lot of the research, the scientific research that's coming through now, is saying that that's exactly where we do carry trauma. It's in our body. It's almost impossible to move trauma from your body through your mind. So we can do talk therapy forever and a day, but we're not going to move that trauma that's stuck in your body space that you might have been holding on from a very young age. We're not going to move that and give you that full release that you deserve just from talking and having a cognitive therapy like talk therapy. So as much as there was a lot of healing happening, some clients were always getting blocked, whereby, like for an example, if it was a survivor and they'd reached a place where they weren't carrying any blame or shame, obviously because they've done nothing wrong, within themselves, and they felt ready maybe to engage in intimacy again, their body might go into full fight, flight, freeze, fawn if they attempted intimacy because the trauma was still stuck in their body. So I was always looking for a therapy to help clients move through their body, and had done a lot of conventional training, and I had studied so many different courses and stuff. And a friend of mine who's also a psychotherapist and a clinical supervisor, Rebecca, who I will tell you a bit actually about at the end, because she has her own classes that would be lovely for some of you to attend if you're in the area, her area in Limerick. Rebecca came to me and said, I think I found this amazing therapy that does exactly what we've been looking for. It helps to move trauma through the body. It's called Kundalini activation or life force activation, and it's amazing and you should try it. And only for I really trusted Rebecca, and I recognized that she had kind of forged a similar path to me and had done lots of training. I possibly would have been just too skeptical to even give it a go, because it is a therapy that needs to be like experienced to be believed. And when she was telling me about it, she was saying, I know this sounds crazy and I know it's unbelievable, but just give it a go. So I was like, okay, I'll just give it a go. And I can't even describe how amazing it is. I can't, there is no words really. And I'll attempt to put words around it, but it really is something that you would need to experience for yourself. So myself and Rebecca worked with the energy for a year, and then we went and we trained in January with a wonderful trainer and facilitator also called Rebecca Jacks. You can look her up on I Am Rebecca Jacks on Instagram or online, and she trains lots of people in Bali, and she's just incredible. So we did our training in January, and we have started classes. So my friend Rebecca, her Instagram is Renewing You with Rebecca, and you'll find her classes in Limerick, and I fully recommend that you check those out if you're closer to her. We went and we trained. So what we were training to do was to hold the energy. So the way that life force energy works, or how Kundalini activation works, is that everything is energy. So you put anything under a microscope, like, and increase it as much as it needs to be to see there's movement in everything. Everything is energy in different forms. And we are energy. With regard to therapeutic healing, emotions carry a certain frequency of energy or vibrate at a certain frequency. So difficult emotions like grief, sadness, depression, anxiety, limiting beliefs, repressed emotions, those are like low frequency, low vibrating emotions. And if they're in your body space, you're going to feel the heaviness, you're going to feel the pain, you're going to feel the weight of those emotions because they vibrate at such a low frequency. Whereas emotions and feelings of like joy, bliss, love, gratitude, excitement, those are like high frequency emotions. So this is all very straightforward. So what happens in a life force energy activation is that I, or the facilitator, will hold the frequency of life force energy, which is a very high frequency. So we've been trained to hold that within our own bodies and to create almost like a vortex of energy in the room at that really high frequency, using our own energy, using our own body. And anyone can do this once you train yourself to do it. And what will happen to you while you're in that space where that high vibration is being held, your energy will naturally start to rise like a tuning fork to try to meet mine. And as that happens, it has to shift anything that's of a low vibration that's stuck within you. It has to move it out of the way. So what tends to happen is that people will have like a lot of spontaneous movement as like emotions are moving through them, or they might have a lot of emotion. They might be screaming, they might be crying. Excuse me. They might feel a lot of sadness come through them, a lot of anger, a lot of rage. Anything that has been stuck and unprocessed that's still within them, that is stopping Kundalini or life force, your life force, from creating a flow within you, what will happen is it will start to come through you. And loads of people experience it in lots of different ways. Like, there doesn't have to be spontaneous movement, and you don't have to have a big emotional outburst, but you might have just like a lot of clarity about what has been holding you back, or what you need to do to support yourself and give yourself that self-compassion that you need, or what you need to forgive around yourself or others. A lot of people see colours or visions and have just deep insight and awareness. So the wonderful thing about Kundalini or life force activation is that only 70%, I'm saying that wrong, only 30% of the real healing happens on the mat. So 70% happens away from the mat, when you're back in your life, and it's all about the integration and integrating the energy and feeling it and allowing you to process those feelings and allowing you to see them and feel them and letting them come true. So it's often after people will contact me and say, oh my God, like, I've had the most amazing clarity this week, or I've had so much energy, or I know exactly what I need to do now, or I've been crying for the week because I've finally allowing myself to let go of this feeling or this memory or this experience in the past that is no longer serving me. And it's just amazing to see the impact that it has on everybody. And it's had just an amazing impact on my own life. Like, any limiting beliefs I've had, or fears I've been holding on to, or lack of patience with myself and others, or any kind of self-doubts, Kundalini has just removed them. It's just eradicated. So it's been wonderful just to see how it affects different people. So I hope I've explained that well enough. It really does need to be experienced to be believed. And as I said, I would have been completely skeptical myself had I not really trusted my friend. If you're here and you're watching this video, it's possible that you have also experienced, feeling repressed emotions, feeling stuck emotions. And, I don't consider myself really old, but I know that, like, when I was a child, I certainly wasn't educated on how to create emotional well-being for myself, or how important it was to let go of emotions and release them and feel them and release them. And my parents, like, they grew up in the emotional dark ages. Like, it was just seen as completely not okay to be releasing your emotions or feeling them. It was seen as a weakness. And I think that even today, kids are not really given enough education around how important it is for them to allow their emotions to come through them and not carry them in their body space. So life force energy is a somatic therapy. And I think that, you know, it really has its place in terms of a holistic therapy. And I think with talk therapy and somatics and, you know, creating a life for yourself and learning to figure out what it is that you need to create healing and full well-being is really important. And this is just another method that I think is amazing. And I always say it's like 10 therapy sessions in one. So if you feel called to this energy, by all means, you are so welcome at my class. I am holding classes in Cahir, in Tipperary and in Kilkenny, and you can book through this website, or you can book through my Instagram page, where I'll also be putting up videos and you can see kind of some of the ways that energy affects people. I'm hoping to get more videos up soon. I've only been trained and I only was trained in January 2024, because God only knows when you're watching this, and started in March. So yeah, it's been amazing, and I hope to see you at my classes. And if you have any questions that I haven't answered or that you need more clarity around, by all means just reach out and send me an email and I will get back to you. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you. Bye.